All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode 8 of Talkin Beyond. I'm Marlene,
I'm Blake.
I'm Leo.
and today is Monday recap of Moon Knight. So, before we start, we're going to go over the roadmap for this week. So, today we're going to be covering Moon Knight in its entirety. On Wednesday, we're actually going to be reviewing Four Brothers for Wahlberg Wednesday, and then going over Black Phone, Thor, and Jurassic World. And then Friday, we're actually gonna, upon Leo's request, review Avatar in its entirety, and and react to that new trailer that just came out. I think it's what is it called?
Here, I'll give you my review right now. The shit's ass.
What is it called? Way of the Water. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Like, yeah.
Who cares?
Okay. All
Fucking
right.
hater.
He's a hater. All right. So Moon Knight. Before we go into each episode breakdown, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit last week, but like, what were your guys' like thoughts once it all wrapped up?
I thought it was alright. I mean, it was the first Disney Plus show where I feel like it didn't have a bad episode.
Yeah, I don't know. There was definitely some episodes where I wasn't like fully invested. I would say mostly like the second and third episode. The first episode I was like, all right, this is cool. Second, third episode, I kind of got lost a little bit, but then 4, 5, and 6, I was invested the whole time. 6 was, I think 4 and 5 were probably the best episodes. And then 6 would probably be the third best. But overall, I liked it. Thought it was a pretty solid show.
Yeah, no. When I was first watching it, I think I had like the issue with, I was like, some of these effects weren't like up to par of what I was expecting. Now that suit reveal is pretty cool. It was pretty trippy, but like starting with episode 1, right? We had the introduction to Arthur Harrow at the beginning, which actually didn't really have a big presence in the comics. I actually believe he was kind of like a one-off character. After doing some research, but in here, that's kind of our big bad, that goes throughout, because essentially he's trying to resurrect, like the Egyptian god, a goddess, Ammit. And we see him kind of, use that power to judge people. And it's, I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie, like Minority Report, but essentially they're like judging people before they even do bad things. And so, essentially killing them before they can, do these bad things. Whereas, Khonshu and Moon Knight, what they do is, they essentially it's like vengeance, right? They're disciplining after the fact. Between you two, which you think has a more effective approach?
What? It's like which one has a more effective approach?
Yeah, like would you
between the two, Minority Report for this show?
Yeah, no, I mean like if you're in this universe, are you picking Amit or Khonshu? Like who are you following?
I feel
I'm picking Khonshu all the way.
Khonshu?
Yeah.
Yeah, Khonshu looked cooler.
Yeah.
Upon like reviewing it, I didn't even realize like he's actually in a lot of shots. Like if you don't pay attention to the background, he's there like almost like the whole time.
He gets fucking Brad Pitt in Fight Club in a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like randomly pops up in the background and shit. No, but like I don't know. I guess they're both probably not fully right in what they want. Like it's kind of like the same outcome, but in just different ways. But I don't know. I guess it would be Khonshu because he's the one that kind of gets revenge. But like some of the people that Amit might deem not worthy are probably just like fucking normal ass dudes that like fucking stole an apple to feed his family type shit. Like, and he just fucking smites them.
Yeah. Now in episode 2, actually at the end, we did get to see Mr. Knight. Compared to Moon Knight, which outfit did you think had more ice to it?
Mr. Knight looked better, like CG wise.
Yeah.
CG wise, yes. I like the design more of Moon Knight, but the effects of Mr. Knight did look better. But also that fucking entrance of Mr. Knight was ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How you just
fucking
like superhero lands?
I don't know. They could have just at least made it a little cool. Like he
Yeah.
superhero lands, but then he fucking falls over.
Yeah.
And I understand why it was kind of like humorous, where he's like dancing around and like shit. I don't know, but I just thought it was a little bit too like goofy to like introduce Mr. Knight when he wasn't necessarily like that in like the comics or anything like that. So it was just a little weird.
Yeah, he was
But
supposed to be a
in
little cooler.
In the comics, he's like a playboy or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steven's character in the comics, he's actually like a billionaire. And that's kind of like his alter ego for like funding and stuff. And Mark's like the
Yeah.
soldier, and then as we find out at the end of the series, Jake Lockley is actually like the ears to the ground type person. And that's how he gets like his information is as a cab driver throughout the cities, throughout the streets of New York, to kind of get his info that way. Now in episode 3, when they go to Egypt, and then we start getting hinted at the fact that there might be a third identity, locked away somewhere. How did you guys think? Like, do you think they were going to Jake? I don't know if you guys like followed Moon Knight prior, but did you see that there was like maybe a third personality somewhere?
Mm-hmm. There's multiple times where it's hinted at.
Yeah.
Like the accent change in the or they're in Egypt and they're like that little like shop area, and when Layla first comes up to him, he changes like a Boston accent.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
And
And
then,
then when he's in the hospital,
He's
at
like-
the
he's like,
"Yeah,
doctor's
doc."
desk, whatever. Yeah, he like
He has a
fucking
weird-ass
starts
face,
talking hella
yeah.
weird and shit. And then also when he like blacks out and everybody's fucking dead and like hella violent. I mean that could be like up for debate whether it was Mark or Jake.
Well, they
But-
both
because he
they
says
both
in
said
that
it wasn't me.
show, he asks, "Is that
first
you?"
episode,
Oh yeah.
the first episode it's up for debate, but
Yeah.
in the other ones it's definitely Jake. Especially at the end of the finale.
Yeah, and I think it's episode 4, right? It's I honestly felt like a lot of stuff happened. I feel like we need more than 6 episodes, because like episode 1, like we're introduced to Steven, and then all of a sudden there's Mark, and then the transformation, and then episode 2 we meet Layla. They get captured by some of Harrow's men. We get Mr. Knight, and then they escape. The scarab gets stolen, and then part 3 we're in Egypt now. He's killed people. We don't know who's the third identity, and then we actually lose Khonshu. Like they don't even have powers for most of episode 4, if all of episode 4. And then they have that little like Indiana Jones thing where she throws a flare at the back of a truck that just happened to have bullets. Like I know we talked about it briefly, but like, did you guys have problems with that scene and how the bullets just magically killed everyone but them?
Yeah, I kind of had like an issue. I'm like, I don't know how she knew that there was bullets in there for like to throw the flare and shit. I don't know. It bothered me a little bit, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Episode 4 was actually like a solid ass episode in my opinion. I liked all kind of like the horror elements and shit when they're like fucking hiding from that whatever it was.
Dude, that thing was creepy as hell.
That thing was scary, dude. It was sick.
Like Leo, what did you think of episode 4 when how it starts off with the flare and stuff, and then we kind of get like a mummy-esque episode where like Blake was saying, there's a little bit of horror element to it.
I liked episode 4. I think episode 5 is my favorite episode out of the whole
Yeah, me
series.
too.
Yeah, it was cool. That didn't bother me that much. I was like, she's got plot armor, so whatever.
Well, I mean, she like she fist fights like an Egyptian like
Yeah, that
crypt
was
keeper.
cool. That was cool. My favorite episode is episode 5.
Yeah, and then one sec. All right, and then at the end of episode 4, we get what could have been like a crazy twist. Technically, Mark and Steven, they die again, and they wake up in a essentially an asylum. Did you guys at any point think it was real?
I thought they. I mean, well, they were actually dead at one point, right?
Yeah, but I'm like when they're in the mental hospital, like, did you actually think, oh shit, was this all a dream? Like, was this all fake in their head?
No, I knew it was kind of like
Like an afterlife
more
type thing?
metaphorical
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah, I didn't think it was really like they were actually in a hospital. What about you?
Yeah, I didn't think. I kind of knew it was going to be fake. There's no way they were going to do this whole series and just have it be like, oh, it's just set in a mental asylum. I mean, it would have been pretty ballsy to go that route. But no, I knew it was kind of fake once I started seeing people from his life, and then once it was turned out to be that Harrow was the doctor, I was like, oh, this is fake. This isn't actually real. They're in like some form of like purgatory or something like that.
Yeah, and so I think once, well, obviously once the cat was out of the bag and Steven comes out of one of those sarcophagus, I was like, okay, this clearly is like some afterlife, like purgatory type thing. Now, clearly that third one had to have been Jake, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to the end of that episode and we see, I think it's her name's Tarwit, comes banging through those doors and they both scream. The one thing I loved about Oscar Isaac throughout this whole thing is the fact that those are like two different characters. Like even, they're played by the same exact person, same hairstyle, but they like physically still somehow look like you can tell the difference between the two of them.
Bro, for real, like as soon as like they like where he switches up from the character, you not only notice like the difference in the voice, but like all of his mannerisms and his like emotions and everything 100% different. Like Oscar Isaac, he murdered this role, dude. He was badass in it.
There's also that scene where can't remember what episode it's in, but like literally he's Mark, and then he like does the thing and he changes back to Steven, and you can just instantly tell like which character he's switching in between. Like there's no cutaway or anything like that. Like he just like stares for a second and then he's Steven. I was blown away at how good he was in the show. Like I know he's a good actor. He's like one of my favorite actors out there, but I was like, damn, this is really good. That's one thing I have, not to get sidetracked, but about like the sequel trilogy and Star Wars. I was like, his acting is good if he has like a little bit better writing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like blown away by his performance in this. It was crazy. He also like did that disorder that he has in the show, like the multiple personalities.
DID.
I guess they said it's the most accurate representation, or one of the most accurate representations of that disorder.
Yeah.
On like in like live action.
Yeah, when he's in episode 5 especially, like I started tearing up, dude, when he's sitting out looking through the window, like looking at his mom's wake or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or no, he's Jewish, it's a Shiva or whatever. That was a hard performance to turn in from him, dude, and he killed it. Him walking down, he just like collapses in the street.
Yeah,
and
he just kind of does the eye thing, and he's like, and then where am I at? And then he starts. It's crazy because like I'm almost thinking that Mark himself, right, made Steven essentially hear his mom on those phone calls, right, or make him think he's hearing his mom, and that's why I was always like, even from the beginning when he's making these phone calls, I don't know if you guys noticed, like it's instant. He just opens it and starts talking. Like there's no ring, there's no him dialing. It's just him starting to talk, and I was like, there's something weird going on here. And we've seen in other shows or movies where they're on the phone, but you can clearly see their phone isn't like you can see from an angle, right?
It's on like the home screen.
Yeah, it's on the home screen, or it's not even on. But no, they deliberately did it in this show to show that he actually isn't talking to anyone, and going back to where that pain with his mom being gone is when he's in the purgatory hospital, and Harrow's like, you want to talk to her, and he's like, no, my mom's dead. Like I was like, oh shit, dude. And you start seeing it unravel, and that kind of leads us into what episode 5 was, and you find out that Steven manifested in Mark following the death of his brother. Whether he's actually dead or not is yet to be seen, because we don't know how much Khonshu has actually messed with him. Because as far as the comics and stuff go, he actually had been following and possessing Mark from a young age. And I don't know if you saw in that flashback where they go to the cave, you actually see like his remains on the ground, like he steps on it, like the outline of the
Oh,
bird
little
on the
bird.
on the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering like how long has he actually been messing with him, or which one of those memories are actually real?
Yeah, so maybe we'll find out. I know it was supposed to be like a mini series, but they whatever Marvel tweeted out where it says the season finale instead
Yep.
of the series
Yep.
finale.
Yep.
So we still might be getting a season 2, even though it was initially planned as a mini series.
Yeah. I mean so was Loki initially, right? Wasn't it supposed to just be
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. And then dude, I really want to see Moon Knight interact with like other Avengers.
Yeah.
It'd be sick to like see like imagine like when Deadpool and shit gets in here. Like
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
Deadpool is seeing fucking Moon Knight like switching between personalities. Like imagine like the type of banter like we'll see with that kind of shit. It'll be fucking awesome.
Well, we've kind of seen stuff like that before with the Hulk and stuff where like they'll switch between, but there's an actual transformation, right?
Yeah,
Um
now it's just like
yeah, but what's cool is like
personality.
yeah, same thing is like in the comics there's actually like a whole like a series like an Avengers arc that he has, but he literally like dresses up and takes on the personality of Iron Man, Wolverine, and Spider-Man to where like he's acting like them, talking like them, and it's super weird to see when I was reading through some of these things how through like these traumatic experiences he starts adapting different personalities. And so I actually think it obviously with his mom's passing, I actually think that's when maybe Jake was manifested. But he did say it was only like 2 months ago or something. So who knows how long Jake's
Um,
actually been along?
I think Jake manifested when he was getting beat by his mom and stuff. That was
Like he's
the
always
one.
been
That's
there.
why he was so messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the personality that took over, so he could deal with that.
Yeah. I just want to know where he became
It's not
Spanish at,
fun. Yeah, for real.
because
I
now
don't
he's
know where that
Spanish.
came
Yeah.
out.
Well, when he started talking, I was like, wait, is he speaking Spanish? And then at the end,
Yeah, so I don't know what that is because like it shows that he's in like a New York accent, but then now he's speaking Spanish, so I
yeah,
don't know what's going on.
I don't know if that was just because of like that's where they were, because I don't know where it ended or took place at that ending part. One
This
of
is
you guys,
London.
yeah, that was actually in London. Okay,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, so that'd be kind of
You see like
weird.
the skyline.
Yeah, but yeah, then as far as part six, and then we actually see Tarwit, um, chooses Layla to be her avatar. Like, how did you guys think like that went? Like, did you think it was shoehorned in at all? Like, where she's just like, all right, now she's got powers too, and she,
I mean, I think they set her up as kind of like a badass, like where she can get those powers and shit. I mean, they low-key shoehorned like the "I'm an Egyptian superhero" line or whatever, but
yeah.
um, that was a little. I mean, like I'm glad that they're doing it. It's cool, but like that line was maybe a little much.
Yeah. I was just like, someone added that in at the last second, but I thought like
Yeah,
the
I thought
animation
it
and
was a cool
everything.
design and
Yeah,
stuff, though. I thought she looked good as the character,
yeah,
like her outfit and like the actual effects and stuff. I
yeah.
thought it looked pretty solid.
Because what was the name, Leo? It was the
Scarlet Scarab.
Scarlet Scarab. Yeah, how did you think of that design and how, like, essentially, is it considered a 2-on-1 or was it technically like a 2.5-on-1? Because he like seamlessly like interchanged from Steven to Mark and Mr. Knight to Moon Knight. Like, I thought that those transitions were really really cool.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, it reminded me of the when he goes to Mr. Knight. It reminds me of the Daredevil fight, the hallway scene.
Oh
in
yeah,
season one.
Yeah,
The
Well, because
batons or
with the
whatever.
batons, I think yeah, having those sticks are kind of like it's very very similar. But I really like that fight, and then we essentially have kaiju's in the back, right? We have Amit and freaking Khonshu just going at it in the background, which I'm like, every time I see some of these crazy things, it's Doctor Strange is somewhere uh like trying to just ignore all these things happening because he has to like keep all that stuff in check technically, but like I wonder like how I saw some memes where it's like normal people when there's like a giant monster in the sky, it's them all running away from Godzilla, and then it's like the MCU like population just kind of going on with their everyday life because it's just some more random shit going on in the background. Like how quick do you guys think you'd be like desensitized to that some of that stuff? But like for me, like how could you ever get used to that?
I think eventually, like, this shit's been going on for like what 15 years now
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Like now it's happening fucking basically every 2-3 months for them. Like they're seeing giant monsters and shit. So I mean, if it's happening like every couple months, I feel like you'd eventually be like, oh, there it is, you know. There's a fucking giant bird fighting a fucking crocodile against a pyramid.
No,
I feel like if you know about the like, okay, if these things are happening, there's someone out there to stop them. I think eventually you're just like, well, it'll happen. There's got to be some new insurance company that's banking on all that right now.
I know. Like what?
Well,
What's
yeah, especially sorry, bro. Especially after fucking Thanos snapped fucking half the universe away.
what's the
I feel
premium on that?
Yeah, shit could get a little worse.
It's like
Geico's got the Avengers plan on deck.
you start hearing those commercials. If you or a loved one have been snapped away for 5 to 6 years, you may be owed compensation.
Well, they technically have that. It's called the what was it?
Yeah,
in,
the
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, what was
the
that thing
Council or
called?
whatever? The Global Repopulation Act.
Yeah,
or something like that.
it's something like
They
that.
already have something, but that was for the Thanos snap. That wasn't for like a giant alligator stepped on my Honda Civic. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, like what do you do? What do you do at that point? I just it's crazy. But and that final reveal when we finally got Jake, like I was like this dude's gangster. And then you get Khonshu in the actual suit. He's like, meet my friend, and I was like, yeah, he's dead. That dude's dead. Like he's fucked. Which I was like, I wonder. It's crazy too because now do Mark and Steven just think like they're free now? Because they're probably still they probably still experience those like weird nightmares or so unless they have it super in check now. So, plus like how do they share Layla?
Well, unless Jake got like super strong to where like he can like keep them at bay and make them think that they're just sleeping through the night or having like like you said nightmares, not actually believe that's actually happening.
Yeah,
he could be the strongest personality out of all of them. We don't know.
Well, as far as we know, he doesn't even have a fucking suit. Conchi's wearing a suit. Like I think what makes this guy more scary. That's why what I want is I want a Moon Knight season like 1.5 where we get season 1 but the Jake cut. Where we all those scenes where they black out, like I want to see like what he did because wouldn't it be crazy if it's just him without a suit on? It's just him in just normal clothes and he's just fucking everyone up.
They just switched from like a fucking Moon Knight, like moon god, to fucking some cab driver fucking killing everybody.
Just speaking in Spanish.
Fucking wild.
Like it's Resident Evil 4 or something.
Just murdering
just
everybody as a fucking cab driver. The little fucking flat cap and shit.
Dude, that'd be wild. But yeah, I don't think they didn't announce anything outside of the series, ending, right? They just said season 1's over. Nothing yet for season 2. I think they said like Moon Knight will return though, right?
Like, I don't remember.
They didn't even say Moon Knight will
technically
return.
Oscar Isaac isn't signed on for anything. He was just signed on for this.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna come back eventually. They wouldn't make him a whole series if he wasn't gonna come back. So
yeah.
I just don't know when we're gonna see him again.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him showing up in fucking Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully something shows up in Miss Marvel so we can fucking watch it.
Bro.
Not watching it.
You have to.
Not watching it.
Leo's
just like I'm not watching Avatar. I'm not watching it.
Bozo.
Oh my gosh. Do we have news on She-Hulk and when and then I Am Groot and when is all that other shit coming out?
I don't know when the fuck any of that is. Like,
or Echo.
I haven't heard shit about any of it.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out.
I think there was like a leaked picture or something of She-Hulk.
I thought there's a little snippet, like it shows her like tied up or something. And then Secret Invasion, like there's even a snippet of that. They had like a Marvel, like I guess kind of like a roadmap of their own, where they kind of like a little montage of shit.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. It's the it was like a Disney Plus like preview, and it showed her like jump on something.
Yeah, it's like the D23, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
But as far as Moon Knight amongst the other Disney Plus ones that we have, because what have we gotten so far? We've gotten WandaVision,
Is
Falcon,
what? Yeah,
What If? I don't know if you really can count What If.
yeah,
Loki,
you can.
Moon Knight. Am I missing one?
Uh,
I feel like I was missing one.
no, you
Hawkeye.
are Hawkeye.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hawkeye, yeah, yeah. Now, if we just talk about those by themselves, after you watch that finale, where would you put Moon Knight amongst that little tier list?
I would say like third.
Like, what's number one? Blake, for you, what's number one?
Honestly, I feel like it's either WandaVision or Loki. I remember like the hype behind WandaVision when WandaVision first came out. Everybody was talking about that shit
Yeah,
because it was like the fucking first Disney Plus series. Everybody was so hyped on it, and it was just that was also like the first thing during COVID, like Marvel related, and like the last like because there was like a 2 year hiatus for
yeah,
Marvel, and then that shit came out, and everybody was hyped as fuck. And it was actually like a really good show. I don't know if I'd put that number one, maybe number two, but if not, then Loki. Um, either one of those
yeah.
would be number one and two, and then three would be Moon Knight. After that, there's a steep drop off. I think Hawkeye after that, and then like What If, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then What If.
Yeah, I think I just put Hawkeye higher just because like I enjoyed it for like what it was, and
No, it was decent.
yeah, Kate the Bishop,
Keith the Bishop.
Kate the Bishop. No, but like as far as those ones go, like my favorite one, it's just because of like what I'm like into and the fact I fucking got Marvel zombies. Like I really really liked What If and like what it was capable of doing. Just strictly because
Bruh.
that Marvel zombies, we finally got Marvel zombies, and you had a goofy ass Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. Like I just it. Some of them were kind of weird though too, because it's like, damn, we're just gonna keep watching Iron Man die. Like I was really hoping like we would get some,
There was like two good episodes of What If.
I just liked how it was just kind of like different. It was animated, and I was like, if they can just do more of that, that'd be great. But
They did in Multiverse of Madness.
for a half a second.
They did it for the whole third act of the movie. He was a fucking zombie.
Well, no, I was talking about being animated.
No, I was
Oh.
talking about the
Oh
zombie
no,
shit.
yeah. And so when we got that zombie thing, I was like, bro, this is so fucking cool. And then the fact he kept
Yeah.
getting damaged and just kept being more fucked up, I just thought was hella cool. But yeah, no, definitely. And then with Loki, I think it's just because we like the character so much, and he's been a part of like pretty much every arc, even if he died at the beginning of one.
I liked Loki a lot because it just felt like it was like nothing we've had in the MCU so far. It was pretty cool.
And it did kind of like that. I honestly feel like that really did reinvent how we thought of the MCU, right? And what it set up for the future, which I mean, that kind of did get set up with Doctor Strange did expand that, and then all these other things were starting to expand it. And it's really really cool to do that. But yeah, Leo, like what for you? What was like top to bottom?
So number one's gonna be Loki finale. I feel like Loki's my favorite MCU show that's come out. And I would put WandaVision as two. WandaVision being the first like ever like Disney Plus show for Marvel. It's pretty good. I gotta admit the first like two episodes are kind of slow.
Yeah.
And gotta kind of build into it. Number three, I'd put Moon Knight as number three.
What happened? So I can't hear you guys. Oh, did something get unplugged?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, did something
Alright.
happen on his end? Nope, nothing. Did his mic just give out? I'm hearing something from him.
Hello?
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 You're good.
All right, are we back? All right,
Yeah,
technical
we're good.
difficulties are over. All right, Leo, what were you saying?
Or are we running here?
Oh, yeah,
Um,
run it back.
I was saying that Moon Knight all around as a Disney Plus show is probably like the one that has the least, I guess, problems. Like Loki and Moon Knight are the ones where I can rewatch them without being like, it's this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great, it's this episode. I guess number 4 I would put Hawkeye. Really enjoyed it, even though like some people like didn't like the quirkiness or the kind of lightheartedness of it. I kind of thought it was nice after all this other depressing
Oh,
stuff.
dude,
that we've
everything's
gotten.
so goddamn depressing.
Like
everything.
trauma from
Mo-
WandaVision. And
My only thing about Hawkeye, I actually really enjoyed it, but whenever the last episode was not great. They didn't really stick to landing. That was the only
Yeah.
thing that like kept it like that held it back for me. And they kind of they fumbled the Kingpin bag a little bit.
Bro, and not only did they fucking beef him the fuck up as far as durability, then you
But he got
just
fucking hit by a car going like 60, dude.
and then you
He gets
don't
domed in the
yeah,
head.
then you
Oh, he
dome
gets
him
shot
off
in the head. I
yeah,
forgot about that.
you dome him off screen on some shit where if you've read the
Not
comics,
dead.
if you've read the
Not
comics,
dead.
you know what happens. He's fine. He's not dead. He got shot in the eye. He's blind. It's like a Daredevil parallel. He's gonna get his fucking eyes back from I forget what it's like some surgery.
Oh my
And the
God.
camera's gone. Let's go.
And the camera's gone.
All right. Well,
Let's finish the ranking and
yeah.
fucking.
all
Fuck
right.
me.
All right. Captain America, Winter Soldier could have been better. Loki, great.
Captain America, Winter Soldier. You mean Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh, hey, he becomes Captain America. You don't remember, you don't remember the
is
end
that
credit
your
scenes?
5?
You don't remember the end credit scenes?
Is that your number 5?
Yeah, I guess.
I was like, yeah, the title card changes at the end.
I guess number 5 would be What If, and then my least favorite one is Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some shows and some movies recently suffered from what happened with WandaVision, where me, myself included, maybe overhyped themselves, and so maybe expectations weren't met. But
Oh, what? You're just mad you didn't get Tom Cruise in fucking Superior Iron.
why the fuck would I want Tom Cruise? Iron Man doesn't run. Tom Cruise is only good when he runs and stuff. I don't want to talk about that. We got Top
I
Gun
see
coming
Iron
out.
Man on a fucking motorcycle, dude.
All right. Well, that is our review for Moon Knight. Check in with us on Wednesday where we cover
What a fucking shit show, dude.
where we cover Four Brothers.
Check in with us on Wednesday. Hopefully our cameras and microphones are fucking working. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, that's it for today's episode. I'm Marlene.
I'm Blake.
Leo.
And we'll catch